we are going to be talking about what everybody's been talking about. It started off with DJ Academics, but all of this grooming and everything. And yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. You know, DJ Academics is under fire for grooming. And so let me see, you guys. Y'all know I'm kind of new at using this method going live on YouTube. So let me see if I did it right. Let me see if I did it right. Uh, looks like somebody's joined, so I guess I am live. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about DJ Academics, and we're going to be talking about something else that I just saw, which was really interesting because it just came up. I just saw it on my timeline this morning. It was, I didn't know that Diana Ross and Michael Jackson, like, I didn't even know the extent of their relationship. I always thought that, I'd always heard rumors that Michael Jackson was gay, and some of the rumors about him and boys, whether you believe it or not, but I never knew or heard that him and Diana Ross really had a real relationship. But not only that, I just found a video today where, hey Lulu, welcome, thank you for joining. I just found out today that they're saying that that Diana Ross may have groomed Michael Jackson. I had never heard that before. I was just stunned, shocked, and but now that I look back over the relationship and all the things that we heard, it's like it could have been. But anyway, you guys, let's get into DJ Academic. So the first video I'm going to play is it's a video from this channel called the Truth Is. And guys, I'm not going to play his entire video. I will link the description to the video. I will put a link in to the video in the description, and you guys can go back and watch it there. But I just want to play, and like, for those of you who don't know what's going on, this has gone viral, so I'm sure everybody is aware of this. And there's also new information that DJ Academics may be under investigation. So anyway, let's get into this video. Let me start playing it now.
Everyone who needs to see it, I want to thank you all. Now, let's get right into it. Over the years, Akedemics has almost become known for putting himself in controversial situations. If it's not him going on highly disrespectful rants, it's headlines of his ex-girlfriend suing him for allegedly gang R-wording her at his house. At this point, Akedemics is not shy to controversy. It seems to follow him around no matter what he does. Last week, he was being called out for always defending Drake, and this week, it was...
Now, interesting that he's always called out for defending Drake. As you guys know, Drake currently is in a situation himself because he's suing Spotify, UMG. He's suing all these people, all these companies, because of the beef that he had with Kendrick Lamar, where Kendrick Lamar referred to him as a pedo. So it's interesting now how much DJ Academics has been a staunch supporter of Drake. It's starting to all come together, you guys. I don't know what you think, but it's all starting to come together.
Because of allegedly grooming a 15-year-old boy on stream. Ak is now all over headlines as people are now accusing him of being a groomer. The reason they're calling him a groomer is for what he said to a 15-year-old streamer during a live stream. Akedemics was on live stream with a couple of his friends talking to the 15-year-old streamer named NorGXD. In the video that is circulating...
And I don't have the video, the streamer's name, his picture in the video. I really just kind of want to stay away from showing him. If it pops up, then it does, but I'm not going to focus on him because it's a kid, guys. It's just sick what he did.
Online, Akedemics could be heard asking the 15-year-old some very inappropriate questions. While Ak does seem to be trolling while asking these questions, the type of questions he was asking has upset many, especially since the 15-year-old told Akedemics repeatedly that the conversation was making him uncomfortable. In the 2-minute video I saw, we can see the 15-year-old streamer being asked by who was being called Tory Lanez' manager to give him his address so he can send him some strippers. The 15-year-old responds by telling him to slow down, telling him that he's...
You guys, who tells a 15-year-old kid, who asks a 15-year-old kid, what's your address so I could send you some strippers. Like, this is sick and disgusting. Honestly, I only have one child and it's a girl. I don't give a damn. I was trying to figure out. I'm glad that I've heard that he's being investigated. I've heard people have reported it because when I first found out about it, I was trying to find out where do we need to contact the FCC? Who do we need to contact? Because right now we are having all these videos go viral talking about Diddy. Diddy is behind bars right now for bullish that he's done to women. And so this to me is the same type of behavior. I mean, he not that far, but this is how it starts. And so we're seeing it unfold right before our eyes. So why do we need to wait? Let's band together, get this man up out of here. If you guys don't remember, DJ Akedemics already has some pending charges where a woman was raped at his home allegedly by some of his friends, and he's already dealing with that. Anyway, back to this video.
Only 15. He then tells the group of Akedemics friends that that is weird. You would think that this is where the inappropriate conversation would end, but it only gets worse. Tory Lane's alleged manager then continues to question the kid, telling him that if he didn't know that all the rappers lost their virginities to older girls. Akedemics then joins the conversation by asking,
Why would he tell a kid all the, because y'all, if this was a girl, if this was a 15-year-old girl, man, we would be up in arms. People would be trying to send him threats, okay? This is not okay. And that's the problem why so many boys are taken advantage of. It's not okay. I don't have a son, but I don't care. It's not okay. No man should be talking about this kind of, this is stuff that his parents should be talking to him about. And you guys, in case you didn't know, another component that makes this situation even worse is the fact that this little guy that he's talking to, allegedly his mom has passed, and so this guy is a little bit vulnerable. And see how they prey on people that are vulnerable. So he was saying, this guy right here, that he wanted to be adopted by the other streamer. I don't know all the characters that are involved. The primary person that I am familiar with is DJ Akedemics. So now you have a 15-year-old kid who has a deceased mom who's, vulnerable, wants attention, wants love, and he's attached to DJ Akedemics, who's a huge personality. So can you see how easy? This was a smart kid because he was responding back to DJ Akedemics telling him, no, I'm uncomfortable, this is wrong. But can you imagine a kid who might not be as savvy or as sharp, who would go along with this and who might fall prey to it? I hope they clip DJ Akedemics raisins.
If there is not another 15-year-old girl he can look up with. In another part of the video, Ak starts asking the kid if he was willing to let another man hook up with him. Akedemics then makes a very inappropriate joke to the kid, asking the kid again about hooking up with a girl, with the 15-year-old telling him again no, and even this time telling Akedemics that it would be grooming.
Yo, Nor, what's your address? I'm gonna send some strippers over there.
And he's talking about homosexuality with this kid. You are not a relative. You are not anything close to this kid. Are you nuts, Akedemics? And he says it online. So even though he's talking to this one kid, imagine the other thousands of young minors listening to this man spew this ignorance, this disgusting behavior, grooming.
So down, yo. I'm 15. I hope you know that, bro.
See? He's uncomfortable.
You trying to
No,
get...
you're scared of women, bro.
I'm not scared of women. Yo, bro, you trying to put me on a case. You trying to put them on a case.
See?
So?
What you mean, so? That's weird.
This is so...
Trying to look out.
I don't even know how this happened.
You know all the rappers lost their virginity to, like, old women, right? Like,
What does that have to do with anything?
Wait, hold on. So you tell me that there's not another 15-year-old that you could bust down?
Yo, bro.
I can't imagine a grown man, because DJ Akedemics is like 30, 32 or something like that. This kid is half your age. This is almost like you're trying to entice him. Y'all remember those shows where they have To Bust a Predator? To me, this is exactly what's happening. They should be knocking at Akedemics' door.
Serious.
Yeah,
So there's
Lulu.
not another 15-year-old you can
Disgusting.
bust down.
You guys get the likes up, please.
all
Please
right,
get the
man.
likes up.
So if you could do one of them sex changes and you could become a girl,
No.
And why is he even asking this child about if he could do a sex change? What who thinks about stuff like this? If you are going to be doing gaming, you should be focused on the gaming. And you know what, you guys? That's why they have all these parental restrictions on, like these games, and they tell kids be careful who you give your information to. This is exactly how children are pulled into and lured into something with these predators. We are seeing it unfold right in front of our eyes. This is it. This is an example right here.
and get pregnant.
That's where he drew the line. He said no.
Would you let Max get you pregnant?
No. That would be
If he
gay.
actually,
And
No, if Max said he wanted to try could have dude, would you fuck you?
No.
I don't know if you guys just heard that. He just did the F-bomb. Would you let this man F you? I think those questions right there. I don't know how the FCC works now with this YouTube. I don't know all of the communication rules any longer. I'm sorry, I just don't. But that question right there enough to me is solicitation. The same way prostitutes be saying, when they try to solicit a John and then you get arrested, that question right there that he posed to that little kid, that should be enough for him to clink clink. I'm sorry. His channel should be taken down, but we're going to get into that.
Why not?
why not?
Yeah. You can have. Wait.
If I can't, I'm cutting you off.
No, yo. Suppose he's like, yo, bro. Listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
Disgusting. This
Yo,
is
if Max
inappropriate.
got a sister and she threw you the box, would you smash her?
He already has a sister.
Alright, if she threw you the box, would you smash her?
No, because I'm 15.
What I mean?
What does that mean?
She's above 18.
What I mean?
Okay, what does that mean?
It will be grooming.
It'll be what?
Grooming.
That has nothing to do with you.
Hey, Pearl, welcome to the chat. Exactly. This is sad. Wow, he should go to, you said this is sad. He should go to jail. And I apologize, you guys, because it goes off the screen. But exactly. That's how I feel, too. Because what if it's one of our kids out there? This is nothing funny about this. When you have vulnerable kids, too, and kids who don't have attention or have things going on in their home, this is how so many they're always talking about these men getting turned out, being gay or bisexual. This is how that ish starts.
When this video started to circulate online, people felt that it was not only inappropriate, but some felt that it was grooming. People were pointing out that Akedemics is a 35-year-old man who shouldn't be having this kind of conversation with a 15-year-old boy. The fact that he also seems to keep pushing this inappropriate topic onto a child who already said he doesn't want to talk about those things, to many was going too far. After Akedemics started receiving tons of backlash for this video, he responded on a live stream, telling his audience that this was a teachable moment for him and that he has to watch what he says when he's talking to people, not seeming to truly acknowledge at any moment the wrong he had clearly done.
Heavy's the head that wears the crown, and also the person who has the platform, you have to take accountability at times too. So this whole thing recently, I'm definitely using it and taking it as a teachable moment. Okay, it's a teachable moment for me that no matter.
I don't even see why he's saying it's a teachable moment. I feel like, no, it's more than a teachable moment. You need to get some help. You need some therapy. It's not a teachable moment. You're sick. It's not a teachable, because he's trying to justify it like, oh, my platform. No, you need to be understanding why you even think it's okay to talk to a child about that. You're not trying to even talk to him in the vein of giving advice like, if you're having relations with girls, you should be cautious or whatever you're saying. You're trying to tell this guy to do something very inappropriate, to be with grown women. Y'all, it's even hard for me to articulate because I can't believe it. I can't.
What is going on, no matter how jaded you become to whatever thing, or no matter how you might think, of anything, you got to be very careful with not only what you say or to who you say it, but the mere fact that, hey, listen, we have a platform that I think we're very lucky to have.
Why would you say it, though?
I think we're really lucky to have, right?
What is ticking in your
If
brain to
at
make
any
you
time there's
say
an
that?
example that is set that is not representative of what we want to put out, I think it's upon the streamer or whoever owns the platform to make the proper adjustments. And you know, the word accountability comes up a lot, right? And for everybody who is watching me, and really, I feel like I owe it only to y'all, because of course, I do. I told someone.
You guys notice he did not apologize to the streamer he said all these disgusting things to. He didn't apologize to his parents. He's trying to save his platform. He doesn't give a uck, okay? He thinks what he did is okay.
I'm like, I'm one of the most hated people online. If anything ever happened to me, I think if I broke my foot, they would throw a parade. Like, there's no short of people who would celebrate the demise of Akedemics or anything that would put me in a negative light. This is not like trying to deflect or nothing like that, but that's the reality of it.
You are deflecting.
But it's something that I've known and it's par for the course. Okay? For me to get to the level of success I've gotten, and I said this to somebody today because they were like, why is so viral? And I said, listen, I've spent 10 to 15 years at this point getting to the level of success I've gotten. And in the path that I've gotten here is that I've left a lot of dead bodies behind. I've left a lot of people who have maybe rubbed wrong, maybe have developed bad sentiments about me. But that's neither here nor there. And, this is like my 39th scandal, honestly. It's like, every about 2-3.
Again, he thinks it's funny. All he cares about is his platform. He's not really thinking about the image that he's projecting or even understanding the fact that what he did is egregious. But he gonna learn, and he's already in a situation. He is already in a situation. Jenkins says, I'm new to the channel. Hello to everyone. This is Diabolical. You guys, I'm doing something different, so I apologize. I try to read it, but they go off the screen too quickly. I'll read it when it comes back up. But yeah, this is crazy. And I just don't know why more people aren't on his head about this. I mean, this is what we're talking about with Diddy, right? We're talking about how Diddy did all of these things to these young people, and now we're here with Diddy. This is the exact same thing. This is how it starts.
3 months, there's always something. Acted this, acted whatever, and I get it. So me personally, because I did see, there's a lot of supporters who like, you good? Hold your head. I am fine. I'm always fine. But we always have to be I want to be responsible as well, right? First and foremost, again, addressing everything. And by the way, for any other streamer, I don't need to be talking to y'all. That's another thing. Any streamer try to talk to, I get y'all doing content, but I'll tell y'all all that politely. Okay? No,
See, he's
don't
not
try to solicit an apology or
he's not sad about it,
no,
or apologetic or taking accountability.
A very regretful moment happened where it derived from a Discord that we used.
Okay, so basically he goes on and he's really not. Hey Chris, welcome to the chat. Yeah, he's not really being apologetic or taking accountability in the vein that I really feel that he should. I feel like, he's just kind of deflecting. His biggest concern is, I don't want something to happen to my channel because everybody is coming out against him. But now Tisa tells, I'm going to play a little bit of her video. Let me get there. She is the first person that I saw yesterday saying that he was under investigation. So I don't know if this is a fact, but let's listen to what Tisa says. And again, both of these videos, I'm just going to put it in the chat. You guys can go watch the full videos later because copyright, you guys. So hold on.
A lot of people are shocked by this. I have to admit, I'm not shocked by this at all. I do love the fact that the internet actually pulled up receipts. I love the fact that the internet actually pulled up receipts, and they're actually showing what is going on. Okay, so where are we last at? Why is he under investigation? Because a lot of people, and I think they were Act fans, were literally in my face talking about some Tisa.
Hey, Bring the Mess TV. Hey, girl, welcome.
That stuff already happened. So which I said, are you the Akedemics out of your group? Because, sir, madam, first of all, how do we know that he is under investigation? Well, we're going to have to wait for we're going to have to wait for the details to come out. However, multiple people actually did report that live stream. Multiple people reported the live stream.
So as I was telling you guys earlier, I was trying to figure out who we needed to report it to. Like I didn't know if it was the FCC or YouTube. Like I was just trying to figure out how I could post it on, but I saw Tisa come on and say, "Hey, everybody's reporting this." Hey, Bianca Clemens, welcome, welcome. Please hit the live and thank you for joining.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's that live stream he had with Noor. Noor is this many years old, one, and I think
15.
At the time, he also did some inappropriate stuff when Noor was 1 and this way.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Now Noor is 1 and 5, and it's still the same thing. So the internet pulled up receipts, and the internet said, yo, Akedemics is 100% going down. Akedemics was first really, really defiant. He basically threatened the whole streaming community. And that's when I said, you know what?
Chris made a point, she said earlier, that he should have been canceled a long time ago. And that's true, because I think Tisa's going to get into it. He already has a case where a woman was raped at his house a couple years ago. And I believe that investigation or that thing is still going on. And he had the audacity. Tisa plays a video where you can hear the woman screaming in the background. He lies and said that she was screaming at him. He did not even want to cooperate with the police to give them the information of the two friends that she alleged did it to her. Grimy.
He is very, very, very much just like Drake, because Drake just finished going in on the whole streaming community, and Akedemics is doing the thing. Okay, now really quick, y'all, 1 second, let me just make sure that we are okay, we're good. Okay, so anyway, they are all doing that stuff. All right, let me make sure that we are live on everything. Hold on really quick, y'all, just want to make sure.
Can you guys hear okay? Let me know,
Checking for technical difficulties,
because I have another speaker I could use if I need to.
Talk among yourselves if you choose to.
Come on, Tisa girl, give us the tea.
Okay, hold on. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So let's just get into this, because this is actually funny, y'all, and I want to talk about this, all right? So, Akedemics, right? If you guys don't know, he is always in some type of BS. And usually what he does is...
And also, just to point out, I made the comment earlier as well. Remember, you guys, DJ Akedemics is a staunch supporter of Drake. And now we know how Drake is suing UMG, Spotify, all these companies, because he is claiming that they supported Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, and in which Kendrick Lamar calls him out, saying that he's allegedly a pedo. So it looks like there's a whole little group of these guys in the industry with all this grooming. What is going on, right? It's like he was always defending Drake, but it sounds like some of this stuff is real. We saw it in real time. I don't know how you can get around it. We saw it with our own eyes.
In my opinion, he lied.
Chris says he had so... Hold on. Chris said, thank you for the super chat. He had so many allegations against him. The girl allegedly screaming in his house from... Girl, I'm doing this new thing, so it goes off the screen before I could read it. But thank you so much. Let me see if I could get it up here. I can't. And thanks for the super chat, you guys. Chris Nicole is also a YouTuber. Please go support her platform. Also, go support Bring the Mess TV. But yes, he currently has the case, and I think Tisa's going to talk about that too.
His platform to spread misinformation. For one, he has an open case for rape, which the little kid Noor actually confirmed. Okay, Akedemics.
Yes, Chris. He cried. He cried when Saucy went off on him, but he was saying that he was so pissed because Saucy was part of the LGBT community that he couldn't respond the way he wanted to, because he wanted to probably make some homophobic rants and statements. But yeah, I mean, this guy, I think and I hope that he will be canceled. I hope.
Went on the stream, said that there wasn't
finally
case, said the police had found him innocent, which all that was a lie. On top of that, he said he was going to sue me for reading the actual legal court documents. I know. He said he was going to sue me for reading the court documents, but he had his lawyer look into my finances, which, by the way, is illegal unless you have a court order. But he had his lawyer look into my finances, and apparently I'm broke, and that's why I'm not suing him. Now, this isn't a wave of incels to my channel saying, Act said this, Act said that. No, I just roll my eyes because anyone that believes academics just off the top of its head, or his whole job, in my opinion, is to muddy waters and spread information, is an idiot. But one thing it did show me is a lot of people use him as his primary news source. A lot of people don't doubt anything that he says. All right, now here's the thing, right? A lot of people don't doubt anything that he says. Akedemics went on live and he tried to threaten everybody. Now the internet pulled up receipts. Now let me show you the internet receipts, and then we're going to walk through this, and we're going to talk about why what he did was a crime in New Jersey. I actually pulled up the New Jersey statute. Unfortunately for academics, because we know he says he don't never go out the house. He says he spends $250 a day on DoorDash and Uber Eats, to which I will say I believe that, right? As somebody that got fluffy over the holidays, I 100% believe $250. I think that's lowballing it. But the thing is with academics that I think everybody should actually pay attention to is the fact that.
So she's going over the case that about the woman that was in his house that he claims he had no knowledge of, and I believe she's going to play the audio of that.
At the end of the day, what's going on, right? He went up there and he tried to threaten the whole industry. The industry actually pulled receipts. Again, a lot of people think what he did is not a crime. New Jersey, where he never leaves his house, where he's always streaming, where his DoorDash comes, and where he allegedly set up one of his exes to get gang raped by his friends. Well, guess what? That's all New Jersey. Ack is in more serious trouble than he knows. That's why he switched this whole thing from barking at everybody to literally calming things down and trying to apologize.
Hey, Lulu, can you drop a 1 and let me know if you can hear, or 2 if I need to change the volume?
Why? Because guardians are involved, and a lot of people reported this to the authorities. On top of that, what do I think is going to happen? I think Ack is going to try to apologize. But just listen to this, because this is going to be a stream, and we're going to walk everybody through this. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let's get into this. Now, listen, this was about academics when he was crying about Saucy Santana, saying, it's not good when gay men bully me, after he bullies every man, woman, and apparently, according to Nor, child on the internet. But I want to give you guys a little bit of background, because this isn't Ack's first brush with the law or with doing something that's real questionable. Just listen to this. This gentleman makes a really good point.
Oh, you guys, I can't even hear this guy, so I'm gonna
reinforces that point. I think it's great that Santana is standing up for his friends, and he's standing.
let me.
Even to be canceled, because when he came out, I already thought it was weird that he was on this bully mess. But there's a reason why that bully mess didn't work. Hold on. We have more receipts.
Like he did once before. When Ack was crying on that live stream, I don't think people really fully understood where he was coming from. The dude talks about how he's a civilian. He says he never leaves the house. He has no problem backing out of a fight. He does not care about any street code. He has no problem calling the police. He's crying because there's really nothing else that he can do. This is a checkmate. He is no longer at the top rung of the social media hierarchy when it comes to public opinion. I mean, think about it like this. The fact that Saucy Santana was able to say that on camera and it was celebrated, I feel like only reinforces that point. I think it's great that Santana is standing up for his friends and he's standing up for what he believes in. He definitely could back up the talk. I'm sure he could. And I'm sure, like everybody else, he's just tired of what Akedemics has to say. But what he said is insane. 2 wrongs don't make it right. But I think this situation is shown as the power dynamics of social media. Also, what could be considered the humbling of a person who at one point thought they were immortal. There's also the conversation about homosexuality in the hip-hop community and how does it work with that. This isn't to say who's right or who's wrong, but really just an observation of the situation and what we can take away from it.
Okay, so listen. That was the first nail in the coffin. This was the second nail in the coffin before we even get to the streamer. Do y'all actually remember this? Because this is serious.
That I also, and by the way, y'all all know,
This is when Akedemics got sued for rape. That case is still open, even though he's saying he's suing people, even though that case is still open. He allegedly according to our court documents, lured a woman over and let his friends run a.
So Bring the Mess TV, yeah, that case, from what I remember, it's still open. I don't think he can't cancel the case because, I mean, I guess only the girl could unless the state actually picked it up and their federal charges pending. But yeah, as far as I remember, it's still open.
Train on her. He did a lot of sick stuff. She says that he tried to gaslight her, roam of her mind. Police aren't involved. That is not true either. On top of that, do you know that the girl had to put in his two friends that raped her, right? Had to put them in his John Doe 1 and John Doe 2 because Akedemics refuses to give up the identity of his friends that allegedly did it. Let's also not forget that Akedemics said, I believe to the police or whoever, that he hasn't touched, or at least social media, that he has.
Okay, let me see if I could turn it up. Oh, okay, you're talking about the. Oh no, Bring the Mess TV. Okay, so he did drop it, and he there was an issue with his filing, so he did drop it, and then he refiled. So it's almost like within the 24 hours. I don't know if I can't remember if it was a technical error or something wasn't done right, but then he refiled it, and also because he's definitely that case is still actually going on, and I apologize, I wasn't sure what you were talking about, but he does not want Kendrick Lamar to perform that song at the Super Bowl, and definitely he does not want Kendrick Lamar to make that comment, A minor, right? So Drake is not letting up, and they're saying that if Kendrick Lamar performs that at the Super Bowl, that the NFL will be sued, included in his case too. So no, it's still ongoing. So let me see. Okay, let me see if I could turn this up. Okay, let's see, you guys.
That woman in over a year, but she went to the hospital and had a rape kit done.
So Lulu, is that better?
And guess what? Akedemics. DNA was in fact found. But let's keep going. This is what he said when that case dropped. This is in the middle of the Drake stuff. Listen to what this man said. Hold on, y'all.
Let me tell you this about everybody in the industry. I'm gonna tell y'all all this right now. If Act ever goes down, y'all all go down with me, because I hold no secrets for nobody. Could it be?
That was him saying that if he goes down, he's taking everybody in this industry down. And guess what? This man holds no secrets. But hold on, y'all, because there is a little more to this. This is the third strike. This happened in his New Jersey mansion.
Okay, so we're about to hear the case that is pending against him, that whole case with the woman. I can never think of other words I should be saying, but the grape case. So there, she's going to show the video where he's walking through the house where this woman is literally screaming at the top of her lungs. And if we can hear it, if we're seeing the audio, or we can hear the audio, and he's walking, you know he had to see it. I mean, it's crazy.
It happened while he was on live stream. He was running around, scurrying around like Jerry the Mouse, acting like he didn't know what to do. He said that this person was just upset because he broke up with her or something like that. Listen to this audio and tell me what you think was going on in his house during a live stream while he was in fact off camera. Hold on, let's get into this. Where is this? 1 second. Listen to this.
Do you guys hear that? That's screaming. That's somebody in distress. Yes, thank you. Please get the lights up, and yes, fair use. Do y'all hear that? That is no. Oh, Chris, I thought it was like.
All right, that's actually what happened.
So I thought it was like a home recording or like his. I thought the security cam caught it. I didn't know he actually recorded it. Oh my God. Bring the Mess TV says, why would. Dang, you guys. Okay, listen, I can't get those.
At Akedemics' house, right? Now, hold up, because I just want to chill on that for a second and just rewind it, because I actually thought this was the most shocking thing. This is the type of person we're dealing with, and this is the type of mind control he has over the people that watch him. Not all, but enough that they be out in these comments.
Yeah, so Bring the Mess TV says, why would he go live with somebody screaming in the background? That's crazy, but see, I thought it was his home, like his home security cam that caught it. Because you mean to tell me that, like, I didn't even know that. Thank you for telling me. I didn't know that he still went live. Why didn't somebody call the police to come then? Chris says it looks like it's from his studio room, the studio room, like it was recording. Wow, this is crazy.
Feeling on this. Why is this so important? Because how is it that this was allowed to be posted on your live stream? This was allowed to be posted on your live stream by accident. You see him scurrying around, right? He don't know what to do. Stand up, sit down, pick up socks, go get his DoorDash. He don't know what to do because he realized it's bad. And he literally said for that, hold on, because he had a little explanation for that. This was posted directly from DJ Akedemics, right? Well, Hoods on TV first posted, DJ Akedemics catches his girlfriend smashing his friends in his house. DJ Akedemics says, fake news. This video is a drunk woman who never got smashed by nobody. LOL, she's screaming because she saw blogs that posted a clip of me talking about her and it made her look bad. Try again. Try.
Now that's a lie if I ever heard one. That is a lie that if I ever heard one. I mean, what? And I guess that's why there's an ongoing investigation, right? DJ Akedemics. The woman is drunk, screaming. I mean, I have been inebriated in my life, but she's screaming because of something on the blogs. No, that sounds like a scream of distress. He thinks people are stupid. I can't even believe. Yeah, Lulu. He thinks it's a joke. It's sad, but you know what? This man, this is not going to end good for him. I hope he gets the Diddy treatment. You know, I'm not saying he's done as much as Diddy, but I hope they send a message out because they really got to stop this. They really got to stop this with young people. They really do. I'm going to play a little bit more of Tisa, and then we're going to go on to the grooming in terms of the whole thing that was mind-blowing for me about this whole Michael Jackson and Diana Ross relationship. I was like, what? And y'all, I don't know if you guys are Prince fans, but I used to be a Prince fan. I found out some stuff about Prince, like just, doing research, because I really do like some of the old scandals, but I know everybody's not into it. But I found some stuff about Prince that I have never heard before. Let me get back to Tisa.
Now, this is what he said. And let's listen to this audio one more time, because I think you guys be the judge. We don't got to say he's lying or not. You let me know if you think he's telling the truth. Listen to this.
If Ack ever goes down, y'all all go down with me. Because I hold no secrets for nobody. Could it be
He's not acting bothered like he's trying to even console her. Whatever she's screaming about, to me, that would mean you should try to help her, right? Please get the likes, you guys. Please hit that the like. 19 people in here. We only got 8 likes. Come on, y'all. Show your girls some love, please. You can hear the men in the background, too. And why wouldn't he cooperate with the officers? And if she was saying that, she was yelling about something that she had read in the blogs, why were the police called? Why was there a whole investigation? Why were there witness statements taken? I don't get it.
Now, again,
Exactly,
I
Chris.
don't
Yes.
know much about anything. But again, like I said, DJ Akedemics has been looking really, really, really weird and really, really strange to me for a while. Really, really weird and really, really strange to me for a while. And it's not just because he literally said some BS about he was gonna have start suing people for reading his legal documents. Now, why is that important? Because you guys also need to remember what Akedemics does whenever he is in trouble, whenever he gets caught. He literally goes outside and he literally tries to, in my opinion, bully.
So I'm gonna stop it right there for Tisa. So yeah, DJ Akedemics, what they say is that whenever something happens, he has a history of trying to bully other YouTubers, talking about he's gonna cut out, he's not gonna be promoting them, and yes, please stay in the loop and support Miss Rebel. Okay, it's y'all gotta forgive you, girl. Like I said, I'm doing I'm streaming directly from YouTube, and I don't know the platform as well, so give me some time, I'll get up to speed. So as I was, watching this video, I stumbled up on this other one. So let me see if I could pull this one up. I thought I had it. Let's see. It's with Diana Ross, and let me see. Hold on, you guys. I gotta move this over. It was a video saying, did Diana Ross groom Michael Jackson? And I was like, what? I had never heard anything like that before. So let me see. I thought I had queued it up, you guys. I apologize. Okay. Here we go. Now, this was a crazy one. I don't know if you guys are Michael Jackson fans. Man, I loved Michael Jackson. I loved the Jackson 5 back in the day. So let me. Okay. I know, and see, you guys, I gotta be careful because we're not supposed to be playing music. You get a strike and stuff. So I'm trying to be careful. So let me enlarge this video. Chris says, I heard about it, but I don't think it's true about him and Diana. Okay, you guys, so here we go.
Every time I create a positive thought in my mind, also I create a negative thought. It's just like, I'm going to be very successful. My mind said, oh, no, you're not. So since I create positive and negative, it's which one I give the most attention that is powerful. When I think positive constantly, it's very powerful and it controls me. If I think negative all the time, it's going to control me too.
Hey friend, welcome to my channel, Karina Lude, where we deep dive and break down the most iconic stars in history. If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to do so.
And also, I'm going to leave her a link to her channel in the description. She goes back. She does all of the old scandals and stuff. She has great content. This woman, and she don't just do lives and stuff. She actually, does her editing and everything. So go check her out.
Your notifications so you never miss an upload. Today we are talking about the icon, the legend, Diana Ross, okay? She has won several major awards, including a Golden Globe, a Tony, and several American Music Awards.
Hey,
Ross.
Hey fam, welcome family, The Lounge, you guys. Please go check out The Lounge. She is awesome, awesome, awesome. Also go follow her at The Lounge. Go follow Jamil Peterson at I Am Mr. Comedy. Girl, I got it right this time. And also Lulu's World 93. Y'all, that's family. Please go follow them. These people are really, really supportive, okay? So please go follow them. And Lounge, we're doing this whole thing about Michael Jackson and Diana Ross. I saw this video today saying that, I was gonna do the video about Akedemics, and then this popped up like And it said, did Diana Ross groom Michael Jackson? I'm like, well, hell, I mean, maybe. So anyway, let's listen to this, you guys.
Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988 as part of the Supremes, and Ross was crowned Female Entertainer of the Century by Billboard in 1976, in addition to being a member of the Supremes and solo artist. Ross is one of the few people to have 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but she is surrounded by a lot of scandals. So we're going to get into some things from her love triangle with Cher. All that went back and forth with her and Michael Jackson, and how Michael Jackson wrote Dirty Diana for her, but had to
That's a good point. I'm sorry, the person who just came on, I wasn't able to see your video, but yes, it was triggering. And so, yeah, if you're uncomfortable, please exit now, because we're talking about some things that, might not be good for victims. So please just leave. And I'm not saying that in a rude way, but I'm saying for your own peace and everything. If it's something that's triggering for you, you should probably exit. Thank you.
and make it less sinister, because Michael Jackson really wrote it as a revenge song, and it was originally very, very intense, and Quincy Jones had him like rewrite it a little bit because it was just too much and they didn't want Michael Jackson to get canceled, but it was his revenge song. Tune in, because we're going to get into all of that, but let's first start with her childhood, and then we're going to get into her career, then the Supremes, and so on.
Now, you guys, I used to listen to a lot of Michael Jackson, and I vaguely remember the song. I got to go back and listen to these songs about Dirty Diana. Like, do y'all remember the song, or was it something bad? Because I didn't even go look at the lyrics again. I was just remembering, like, yeah, Chris, Dirty Diana, but I can't think of what it was about, or like, I don't even remember back. Maybe I was too young to remember. I don't know.
So Diana Ross was born in Detroit, Michigan on March 26, 1944. Her mother intended to name her Diane, but wrote Diana on a birth certificate instead. Ross' mother became gravely ill with tuberculosis when Ross was 7 years old. Ross' parents sent her and her siblings to Bessemer, Alabama to live with their grandparents, and her family moved back to Detroit after their mother's health improved. A year after her 14th birthday, in 1958, she and her family moved to St. Antoine Street in the Brewster Douglas housing projects, a neighborhood primarily inhabited by the city's low-income population.
Wow.
With the goal of becoming a fashion designer, Ross enrolled in class.
And Chris, that kind of makes sense, because they're saying it was negative and like he was lashing out at her. So yeah.
Classes like clothing design, dressmaking, pattern making, and tailoring at Cass Technical High School, a 4-year college and preparatory magnet school.
I don't mean to keep interrupting the video, but if you guys could remember if you saw the movie Mahogany, I used to love that one. And also I used to watch Lady Sing the Blues. Oh, I love that movie too, both starring Diana Ross. Remember in the Mahogany how she was a designer? So apparently in her real life, Diana Ross was very into designing and all of those home ec type of things.
Detroit, and we see how fashionable she is. She is a fashion icon, a legend in that, right? And so I can really tell that she was into fashion. Now,
Chris, if you kind of listen to the video as this woman takes you through their history, a lot of it will make sense. I mean, this is stuff that I had heard some things, but the way she tells the story, a lot of it, I don't think all of it is true, but I think a lot of it is, though, because it sounds like at the end they had kind of reconciled. But listen to it, you'll hear.
She joined the school swim team, but she also took evening and weekend classes in modeling and cosmetology. Ross was the first African-American bus girl for Hudson Stores in 1960s downtown Detroit. She did her neighbor's hair as a side gig to supplement her income, and it was in January of 1962 that Ross received her Class Tech diploma. Diana Ross started singing with friends when she was a teenager, and the group they formed, the Supremes, had hits like Come See About Me and You Can't Hurry Love. I love You Can't Hurry Love. Let's talk about the Supremes, though. The Supremes made 12 of their singles #1 hits, okay? Making them the American music group with the most Billboard chart toppers in history. In his book, J. Randy Taraborelli, author of the unauthorized bio, I must say that it was unauthorized, so take everything with a grain of salt, but he titled his book, Call Her Miss Ross. He tells how the often ill-tempered Ross hated fellow Supremes Mary Wilson and Florence Ballard.
Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but I do remember that she like from if you saw Dreamgirls, I mean Dreamgirls kind of talks about how and it was loosely based on the Supremes and how she didn't get along with the other the other singers and how Barry Gordy made her the star of the group and everything. I mean, just Diana was a mess, and I do remember hearing that she was self-centered, egotistical, all of that stuff.
Ross, as the most influential member of the Supremes and later as a solo artist, once demanded unbelievable things from her team, promoters, and fans.
You know, rumors about Diana Ross's relationship with the Supremes are, I mean, they're legendary. We've heard stories that Diana would make the other Supremes change gowns at the last minute.
I never heard that before. No.
Forcing them to perform in mismatched nail polish.
He said, and I quote, "She would demand that people call her Miss Ross and that everybody diverted their eyes from her when she entered a room. She would insist her dressing rooms have the same color scheme as the color of her eyes. One year she had 40 secretaries attending to her. The fact that Gordy had romantic feelings for Ross also accounted for his prioritization of Ross over the other band members. As Gordy himself admitted, saying, I was madly in love with Diana Ross. She was the big star of my life. End quote. Naturally, Gordy did everything in his power to make sure Ross could be the big star of the music industry too. They eventually started dating.
Barry Gordy was in love with Diana Ross. You could tell. He made her a star.
And Ross' position as the band's frontman was strengthened as a result. So she had leverage over the other girls, However, it's unclear whether her motivation was purely egotistical or whether she genuinely hopes to improve her standing in the entertainment industry. So bandmate Mary Wilson saw it clearly, calling Ross a spoiled brat. So the clue is out there for everyone that basically she was with Gordy, according to these articles and members, to further her career. As Wilson later said in an interview,
oh, yes, Lulu. She had a terrible reputation in the industry. They said she would try to oversing. I mean, Diana had a nice voice, but she didn't have, like Chris was saying, like the Patti LaBelle. Diana wasn't like she was back in that day. She was pretty and just a little bit different. They said her looks was just a little bit more refined, but she didn't have the best voice, but she had the biggest attitude though. She had the biggest attitude. She was a diva. Yeah, she was like one of the first divas for us.
The higher we ascended, the more Diane wanted for herself. She began dating Barry, and whenever she was unhappy about something, she would let him know, kind of like sicking him on the other girls. Oof, end quote. Wilson went on to describe Ross, little tricks of doing something different from the rest of the band to make herself stand out, such as wearing a different costume for a show, stretching her arms out during performance to obscure the view of the other members. Despite their apparent insignificance, these actions were the first to drive a wedge between Ross and the rest of the band. Gordy's obvious favoritism towards Ross was a major factor in the execution of the entire operation. He had this to say.
But if you think about it, it is to some degree just like Beyonce and Destiny's Child. I mean, Beyonce, of course, it was her dad managing them, but still, like Beyonce ends up being the lead of the group. They break up, but everything is kind of, she dressed a little different. Her name would be Beyonce. I mean, you can see that maybe Beyonce is the new Diana Ross to some degree. I mean,
It was perhaps favoritism because Diana was a favorite of mine, but she had the talent to justify that favoritism, end quote. So there was no denying it. He was front street about it, guys. Comment below, how do you guys feel about that? I don't like to hear that, but Ross went solo in 1969 and her solo singles Ain't No Mountain High Enough, I Love That, and Love Hangover went to #1. I want you guys to comment below your favorite Diana Ross song. I love Missing You. Definitely, that's my favorite. It's so nostalgic every time I hear it. She also starred in the films Mahogany and Lady Sings the Blues, for which
I used to love Diana Ross, and because my parents would listen to them. I mean, all the oldies, even to now. Diana Ross, I used to love her and what's this? Marvin Gaye. And yeah, the Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Oh, do y'all have a favorite Diana Ross song? Drop it in the chat.
nominated for an Academy Award. And according to her autobiography, Secrets of a Sparrow, Ross suffered from anorexia, eating problems, after being driven so hard by Gordy that she developed anxiety. Like, he really wanted her to be a huge star.
But that was a very stressful time. I mean, there were periods where you weren't eating and you were getting too thin.
And I can think about it when I see the photographs of me in the early. I was real tense. My shoulders were really, really high. I was really, really thin. And I think the pressure, it all happened for us so very fast. It's like all of a sudden we were just traveling and working. There was no lessons as to how to cope with the fast pace of having a successful career.
As a result of exhaustion, Ross passed out during a performance in Boston, Massachusetts in 1967. According to J. Randy Taraborelli, Diana Ross, a biography, Ross was down to just 93 pounds at the time. Ross wrote about her weight issues in her 1993 memoir, Secrets of a Sparrow, saying, "Sometimes the stress got so bad I couldn't eat," she recalled. "I just couldn't swallow anything. I'd put food in my mouth, but my jaws would clamp together and I couldn't chew. It got so bad that I couldn't even tolerate the smell of food. It was too pungent for me. Perhaps it was a form of anorexia. I was becoming skin and bones. Although the Supremes were at the top, I felt as if I were sitting at the bottom of a deep, dark pit," end quote. Gordy said the pair split because
the lounge said Endless Love. Oh, yes. Endless Love, that was the movie with Diana Ross and Brooke Shields, I believe. I remember that movie. Yes. I think, right?
in love with her, becoming the biggest star in the world, adding,
I always thought that she was just thin. I didn't know that she had that. That's crazy. Chris said she liked her duos with Marvin Gaye. I did too. And Marvin Gaye also had some duos with Tammy Terrell, but she passed. That's another story I'd like to look into.
This is going to get in the way. We can't do it. Can you imagine your man breaking up with you because he wants to put your career first over your love?
Okay, so you guys, somebody drop it in chat. Let me know. So yeah, they said that her and Berry Gordy had a relationship, and that he was saying he, was gonna break up with her because he wanted to make sure her career was still strong. But I thought Berry Gordy was cheating on her. I thought he was married. Now I got to go back and look that up. But remember, all over the years, they said that she was kind of like his side piece. So anybody got any details on that?
InStyle says that Diana Ross and Berry Gordy slept together in late 1970 after their first breakup. Ross got married to music executive Robert Ellis Silberstein about a month or two after they met. 7 months later, Ross had a daughter named Rhonda, who is thought to be Silberstein.
Okay, that's what I thought. That. Yeah. They were romantic and had her child. And you guys do know that Tracy Ross is their daughter. I don't know which husband, but Tracy, is it Tracy Ellis Ross is her daughter. Some people don't know that.
Ross and Gordy knew the truth because Silberstein was white and Rhonda looked a lot like Gordy. And Gordy said, "We didn't know it was mine when she had the baby."
Oh, that's the love child. I heard that drama, y'all. Oh, you guys, I'm sorry. I probably interrupted that. I'm going to just go back just a little bit because that's something I kind of missed a little bit. But yeah, I remember there was all this secret stuff about the love child.
I don't know. InStyle says that Diana Ross and Berry Gordy slept together in late 1970 after their first breakup. Ross got married to music executive Robert Ellis Silberstein about a month or two after they met. 7 months later, Ross had a daughter named Rhonda, who is thought to be Silberstein's daughter. Ross and Gordy knew the truth because Silberstein was white and Rhonda looked a lot like Gordy. And Gordy said, "We didn't know it was mine when she had the baby." And this was in an interview he had with Barbara Walters. He continues saying, but
welcome 420 Jenkins. Ain't that something, y'all? Welcome 420 Jenkins. Let me calm down. I want to send you a heart. I can't do it the way I usually do. Can you guys please smash the thumbs up button, the like button? Can y'all imagine being married, having a white husband, and your baby come out fully melanated? Come on now. I know she got the surprise of her life. No DNA was needed. No Maury. We already know. Oh my God. I know that was a scandal back in the day. A baby daddy, Diana Ross, and black. Oh Lord.
I talked about it and we came to the conclusion that it was in fact my child, end quote.
Yes,
let's talk about her and Michael Jackson, which is actually, this one really broke my heart for Michael. Michael. Yeah, A video is coming for him too, guys. Just wait on it. So Ross was credited with discovering the Jackson 5s, but in reality, she was just an accomplice in Motown's grand scheme to promote.
Okay, so you guys, this is the part okay, let me just turn the camera just for a second. This is the part that I really got interested in. I never really knew. I had heard stuff that she had some kind of a loose that I don't know. Okay, you guys, let me retract. I had always heard that Michael Jackson was in love with her and that he tried to look like her, and that's what he had, that's why he had all the surgery. But this video kind of expands on that. It says that they may have had, not to say that they consummated their relationship, but there may have been some kind of a situationship. Okay, so let's get into it, you guys.
Jackson 5. So their first album was introduced to the world as Diana Ross Presents the Jackson 5. In reality, the Jacksons were found by Bobby Taylor, a producer at Motown, and despite this, Ross took on the role with gusto, eventually becoming close friends and even a mother figure to Michael Jackson. And let me tell you, she watched him grow up. Like, this is in my opinion. I'm not, before we get too deep, I'm saying this so as I continue with the video, you guys can keep that in mind and comment your thoughts below. I don't know why no one ever spoke about the increased age difference and why I saw many articles made Michael Jackson's mom appear bitter and mean, but there was a lot of older women in the industry that I feel really did take advantage of Michael when he was not of age, okay? This is not just for Diana. I'm talking about there was a lot of older women, and as we do their videos, we're gonna get into that because he wasn't even of age. Imagine when the Jackson 5, when Diana presented the Jackson 5, Michael was 9 years old.
And so we find out, which we've heard this before as well, that it was a big lie that she discovered them. She did not really discover them. See how they be telling lies in this industry? Always spinning a narrative.
To the point where he called her mother. Just keep that in mind as we go. When they first met, Michael wrote in his autobiography, they met at the age of 9.
I wasn't introducing you, Michael. You were? Well, who else do you think makes the stage come to real life besides me and Ed Sullivan?
I just want to, because that was what got me, as everybody was writing their think pieces. I was like, but you guys are glossing over the most, shocking part to me. So keep that in mind as we talk. I wonder why they focused on Michael's life the way they did with, the later part of his life, but not the earlier with how, the media almost...
Hey, Michael, welcome to the chat. How are you? Thank you for joining.
Glamorized a lot of these older women starting relationships with him. But let's talk about it. So Michael Jackson's one true love was Diana Ross, who was 14 years his senior. She was more than just a mother to him. She was also his lover and best friend. He could never...
See, that's the part I had never heard before. I knew that everybody said he was obsessed with her because people used to say, yeah, Diana was a hot mess. Everybody used to say that he tried to get his, features to look like her. That's why he had the plastic surgery and stuff. But I had never heard that they were lovers.
Her, the one he had always longed for. Michael Jackson adored Diana to the point of obsession. He was crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. He had a large room filled with photos, pictures, and paintings of Diana Ross and thousands of candles burning for her 24/7. But
yes, you guys, can we please get the likes up? And Michael says he was clapping them cheeks. I don't know if they ever consummated the relationship. Because remember, Michael said that he was a virgin up until he was well up in his 20s.
Is the only woman he's done this for. There's no, nothing else that states he's done this for anyone else. And in 1969, Michael began his relationship with Diana, and they lived together for a full year before Michael's family made the permanent move from Gary, Indiana to Encino, California in 1971. He referred to Diana as both his mama and girlfriend.
Isn't that, see, y'all, this grooming stuff, that whole Allie Carter, the lounge did a piece on Allie Carter and how Allie, that lady Shelly, how she calls her mother, but they're saying that they're lovers. Like, they start blurring the lines when they groom these kids. Michael Jackson, because of his alleged history with his dad and how he grew up and the abuse. And so now he's looking at Diana Ross as a mother figure, which morphed into, allegedly, to a romantic love. The same thing is warped, but almost similar to R. Kelly and how he had the whole Oedipus Rex situation where he fell in love with his mother. You see these guys, how they get it twisted?
From his own mouth, guys. From his own mouth. This is also what Michael's mom said, and I quote, "When Diana Ross was named to play Dorothy, Michael had further incentive to land a role in the movie. He's been in love with her ever since he and his brothers had been her house guest. You're not pretty until you start looking like Diana," he would tease LaToya and Janet. Diana Ross was Michael Jackson's inspiration. He even started to look like her in his later life. It's like he was modeling his face after her, in my opinion, okay? She was the ideal woman in his eyes, and to him, a beautiful woman had to be just like Diana. They were like mother and son at work, and he looked up to her. It was his intention to propose to her, and they were allegedly twice engaged. She called off the arrangements twice. A career-ending move would have been to marry Michael Jackson, who was 14.5 years her junior. So J. Randy Taraborelli had this to say, saying, "Diana Ross, while filming The Wiz, was asked to Michael Jackson's apartment in New York and stayed the night. One of Diana's assistants said he had been trying to get hold of both of them all morning as they were late for filming. He said that he eventually got hold of them on the phone and was surprised to find they were in his apartment and that she had apparently spent the night there. Later on during the shoot, Diana was apparently overheard talking to some girlfriends of hers and said to one of them, 'Well, I'll tell you one thing, Michael definitely isn't gay.' When this assistant asked Mike..."
See, so I don't, that to me, okay, am I the only one who thinks that that means that they might have got busy? Because that sounds like it to me. Michael says, like I said, clapping them cheeks. Yeah, I don't know. This is the first time I'm ever hearing that they were romantic, well, involved. I don't know. Jenkins says, exactly. Okay, y'all, let me turn the camera.
Anything had happened between them, Michael said, "You have to ask her that. It's no secret that Dirty Diana is all about Diana Ross. It seemed like his dreams were coming true when she said she wanted to marry him. So in the mid-1980s, she said yes to his proposal of marriage and accepted, a ring. She wears it to the Motown 25th anniversary show and the American Music Awards in 1984, where it can be seen prominently. To prove it, she gave him her first kiss on the mouth at the AMAs while holding his face in her hands to display."
Y'all, and that ain't AI. That's Diana putting her lips to Michael's. That is not AI, okay? I don't remember none of this stuff. I like, what?
Engagement ring to the world. They allegedly told his mother together after Diana tested the waters to see how the public would react. So a tantrum was thrown by the mother, Katherine Jackson, which I don't blame her, in my opinion. In her opinion, Diana was too old for her son, and she even accused her of staining
Lounge and Michael. Now, I have heard that him and Stephanie Mills were really close. That Stephanie, they went on a date or something. I don't know. I forget how it happened, but they kind of went on a celebrity, like celebrity to celebrity type of date. But apparently, I don't think Michael Jackson was really into her like that. That's from what I could remember. But Lounge, let me know if you find out something different.
She contacted the media and informed the press. The press began hounding and following Diana. They joked about her age and referred to her as a cradle robber and other derogatory terms. Due to the overwhelming amount of pressure Diana was under, she abandoned Michael Jackson to be with Arnie Naez. Because of his intense rage and sadness, he dedicated a large number of songs to her. So a lot of Michael's songs were about her. He eventually stopped crying, though, and became enraged. He had spent millions to give her everything she could have ever wanted. For years, he tried to propose to her, but to no avail. The title he penned about Diana, titled Dirty Diana, was derogatory and written with malice, and a lot more bad stuff happened at first. Michael Jackson...
The Lounge says cradle robber. Exactly, right? And that song, I got to go back and look at the lyrics, because whatever she did to him, apparently it really must have been traumatic. And I guess Barry Gordy or Quincy Jones had to make him kind of change the lyrics a little bit so that it wasn't so scathing.
Who wrote the song as an act of vengeance against her for breaking his heart. He meant it when he said she likes the boys in the bands. Diana had flings with musicians like Lionel Richie, Barry Gibbs of the Bee Gees, and Gene Simmons of Kiss, which she later had an affair with Gene Simmons. We're going to talk about it. While she was supposed to be dating Michael, and when she slept with Gene and mentioned Michael Jackson's by name.
Now that's a good point, Lulu. I'm not sure who Billie Jean was. Yeah. Well, now that we looking back over there, I mean, some of this stuff, like just kind of looking back in hindsight, maybe the Billie Jean was because, remember, Diana Ross had the baby, was married to the white guy, but actually had Barry Gordy's, maybe that was it. Because that daughter that she had with Barry Gordy, she had eyes just like him. She looked just like him. I don't know.
She started a lifelong feud between him and Gene. Gene dated her for 2 years, and that was Cher's man. We're going to get into it, but that's part, according to Michael, one of the reasons they broke up. Since Gene held Michael Jackson responsible, their relationship deteriorated into permanent hostility. Michael Jackson said that Diana Ross would come to him and say, "Just make me a star." Michael Jackson believed that she only cared about...
Thanks, Lounge. Yes, please, you guys, please hit the like button. Please hit the like. We got 23 people, but we only got 12 likes, y'all. Let's do the math. Thank you, Lounge.
Her career and wealth to the detriment of her relationship with the man who adored her. He described how she acted whenever he made a concerted effort to move on from her and date someone else. She'd appear out of nowhere, become jealous, and try to cling to him. And he would always go back, Diana went and sat in his lap and took up all of his time and attention when he had the publicity date with Madonna. And after Diana's marriage, when he was obviously very upset by it, Elizabeth Taylor came on stage to give him moral support. So Diana saw that and, got instantly jealous. Diana was on stage flirting with Lionel Richie when Liz came up to hold, Michael.
Diana would get with anybody, right? Diana didn't give a dang, but she must have been possessive over Michael, though, too.
Jackson's hands. So Diana rushed over and grabbed him. I was watching a documentary and doing this part. I went to go look through the comments on YouTube, and someone commented that Diana rushed on stage to get the attention from Liz Taylor because she was like, "No, this is my young man. Get your own young man." You guys comment your thoughts. I'm not going to give an opinion on that. That's exactly what he was alluding to when he said that she wouldn't commit to anything with him, but she'd come along and ruin all of his relationships with women, whether romantic or platonic. It's like, yeah, I don't want you, but I also don't want other people.
Right. The Loud said she was a freak off mermaid. She was. Diana was getting around because, I guess like Michael said that all she cared about was make me a star. So I guess she used, she used that feminine, to get what she wanted.
Want you, and I don't want you to want other people. I don't know. So that's why a lot of MJ fans really don't like her, So as far as her relationships, because that ended. So Robert Ellis Silberstein and Diana, once they started dating in November 1970, they married on January 1971. So they did end up getting divorced in March 1977. And the couple had 2 daughters, Tracy Ellis Ross. I love her a lot. Her birthday is the day before mine. She has the same birthday as my best friend also.
Do you guys watch Tracy Ellis Ross? I forget the show, Blackish. Do you guys, anybody watch Blackish?
So Tracy, we sisters here, okay? But so in 1985, Arne Nayez Jr. and Diane Ross began dating. They married on February 1986, but divorced in 2000 after it was discovered that Nayez had another child with a Norwegian woman. But she had 2 children with him, Ross Arne and Evan Olav. So now let's talk about her and Gene Simmons and Cher.
Oh yes, Girlfriends. Yes, that's another one. Now I used to love Girlfriends. Yes, I watched that. Yeah, y'all do. Now this one I kind of remember where she dated that white guy from that I forget Gene, what is his name? Gene whatever. The Lounge. I think about Gene Deal's kneecaps. So I forget this man's name.
It seems that when Ross and Simmons started dating, let's say that Gene Simmons was already dating Cher, right? Simmons' relationships with another famous musician, Cher, ended. And I did a breakdown for Cher. She has one of the...
Thanks, Michael. Yes. Gene Simmons from Kiss. Yes, I remember him. But y'all, now they saying Diana didn't give a damn. She didn't care if you was married. She still messed with your husband. She didn't care if Michael was in love with her. She still gonna flirt with everybody else in front of him. Now she was friends with Cher, and she gonna mess with her man too. Diana didn't have no loyalty to nobody.
Interesting lives. Please check out that video. You will not be disappointed. Fashion icon. I love Cher. Okay.
Yeah, she was a 304, right?
Okay, so Simmons said that his relationship with Cher kind of ended in 1979 when the singer told him to ask her friend Diana Ross what to get her for Christmas. So to catch you up to speed, Diana Ross and Cher were very good friends. So good of friends that Cher trusted Gene to go and ask Diana for what to get her for Christmas because he was like, I don't know what to get Cher. So, well, just go ask my good girlfriend Diana. Okay? Just keep that in mind. So Diana Ross and Gene Simmons dated from 1980 to 1983, and they broke up after being caught in a love triangle. So this is what Gene says. This is how it happened in his mind. He said, I remember coming in and immediately thinking two things about her. First, that she was very sensual, and second, that she was in a firm control of her career. And Simmons went on to write, while we were talking, she made me coffee, and then she offered me a piece of chocolate cake. I inhaled it so quickly that she offered me a second piece, and that went away too. The two hit it off immediately, bonding over their shared love of racquetball. We didn't give it much thought, and I'm not sure either of us had any hidden agenda. But it became clear pretty quickly that something was happening, Simmons said. According to People, Cher remained friendly with both Simmons and...
Interesting. Diana Ross dated a lot of white guys, a lot of white men. Very interesting.
Ross, following the split, and even attended a Kiss rehearsal with Ross in 1980. She's turned into our biggest fan, Simmons told the outlets. But, you know, this is why I like Cher, because she handled it very gracefully and wasn't problematic about it. She was just like, whatever, and then moved on herself. I want you guys to comment your thoughts about that. I was kind of, you know, like, oh, wow, this is crazy. But this does not take away from Diana Ross legend, okay? I have my whole Diana Ross playlist, okay? The big curly hair, such an inspiration. Her makeup, she is a stunning woman. And she's, to me, aged gracefully, looking even more stunning, okay? Diana Ross, though, towards now, as we get closer to more modern times, she did end up entering a Malibu's Promise Treatment Center in May 2002 for treatments for, you know, substance use, alcoholism, and other chemical dependency.
Yeah, she was very pretty, and I do remember she's about to talk about when she got arrested for the DUI.
And what they did was like educational lectures, relapse prevention skills, group therapy sessions, and therapy, you know, and this was according to CNN. And her publicist, Paul Bloch, said Ross was at Promises to clear up some personal issues because she wants to be in great shape for her family and fans. And in August, she canceled her summer concert tour per ABC News. So Ross was also arrested for DUI in Tucson, Arizona in December. And a breathalyzer test showed she had a blood alcohol level of 0.2, more than twice the state's legal limit of 0.08, and higher than the 0.15 mark for extreme DUI, according to Today. She was convicted of DUI and sentenced to 2 days in jail, which she served at the Greenwich Police Department in Connecticut. And since then, she's been out of the spotlight. We haven't really heard much about her, but you know, she is still a legend. I know all of these things are shocking with her Michael thing. That did really shock me, and then I kind of understand.
I think the thing that was shocking for me was the whole relationship with Michael Jackson. Like, I haven't done any further research to see, like, but I do remember rumors and stuff. I always thought that he was infatuated with her. I never even knew that she entertained a relationship with him, or that it was even reported that they were engaged or had any kind of, you know, sexual relationship. Never. I don't know. Maybe I was deaf. I don't know, because I never heard that before.
But I was like, wow, the articles that were written, you know, Michael Jackson fans are something serious. They do not play about Michael. But comment below your thoughts. What did you find most interesting? I'm very curious to know. And it's the industry. It's like that. I'm not surprised by stuff like that anymore with the industry. It just is. Everybody I'm going to do a breakdown on is probably going to have something shocking that you didn't know, that probably, you know, is not the best thing that they could have done.
She looked like Robin Givens right there.
That's just how it's going to be with most of these videos. I've learned is rarely a perfect person. There's only a handful of breakdowns that I've done where I was like, oh, thank goodness. You know, it started great, ended great. Nothing too shocking or scandalous. And other than that, it's very rare to find someone who just walks the straight and narrow. So don't be too shocked or disappointed. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. If you like the music that you're listening to, the link is in the description. Support my brother's music. And also share this video with a friend. Comment below who else would you guys like me to do a breakdown on. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.
It's her brother's music, so I don't want to get a copyright strike. But y'all, that was crazy. I had never heard some of this stuff about Diana Ross grooming him. But what I will say is, even with watching this video, my takeaway is that I don't find, or I don't feel like there was necessarily grooming. Y'all jump in the comments and let me know if you thought that there was grooming. But I do think over time, because I just didn't see. I know she met Michael when he was young, but I mean, their relationship was expansive over the years. So I don't know if I feel like it was grooming, because I feel like Michael Jackson may have been the one who kind of initially fell for her because of all the stuff that they said, the dynamics of his life and his relationship to his mother, you know. But now that Michael jumped in the chat, he reminds me of all the other women, because I forgot all the women that Michael Jackson was allegedly attached to, like Brooke Shields, and I think you said Tatum. You put Tatum. I forget her last name, but I remember her. And I think Madonna. Chris says even in their mini series they talked about how much he loved. Yeah, I mean, he loved her. So I don't feel like, I don't. Now y'all could disagree, but I don't feel like it necessarily that she had been grooming him as a kid. I just think that they had gotten really close and he was talented, and you know, he helped boost her career. So I think that's where the connection came in. But he saw her as a mother figure, because it sounds like he has some issues. Oh, Tatum O'Neal, exactly. Oh yeah, and Elizabeth Taylor too. And then, like Chris pointed out, Stephanie Mill, I do remember that. I don't really think that that was a relationship, a real relationship. That's just how I see it. I do remember them talking about going out, but I think I did see something where Stephanie says that it really never was much of anything. I could be wrong, just going on my memory. But yeah, I mean, I don't feel like she was trying to groom him. I think, you know, just as time went on and because of their involvement in the industry, that he may have fell in love with her. Now, did they really ever consummate it? I don't know. That's crazy. And the other thing that came out was the fact, and I did do a little bit of research on this, was that apparently his mother, Catherine, did not care too much for Diana Ross. And I think that may have been because, well, and I'm just going to say it like this, because maybe she was jealous that Michael and Diana had gotten so close. You know, just as a mother, you probably are possessive of your children. And it's like Michael Jackson, from, you know, what I saw, is like he was so obsessed with her. He compared everybody to Diana. Chris says, I don't think they did anything freaky. I do think someone else may have groomed and traumatized. Yeah, I believe that too. Who exactly? I mean, just the industry in general, though. You know, just like we're looking at academics. I mean, there's children in this adult environment is just probably a no-no unless you have really tight constraints and you have people that are hyper vigilant and monitoring, you know. She says maybe Catherine Jackson knew she was an industry thought and was worried about her freaking with her son. That could be too. I mean, you know, yeah, because they say that. And also, you know what, just the fact that from what they're saying is that Michael was really he was really obsessed with Diana. Like, it was almost like it was a compulsion, obsession, to the point where he needed some therapy, seriously. And apparently he went through some depression. I did not know all this stuff. I was just looking up little tidbits like, oh my God, what? But you know what we see, what they present to us and what's happening behind the scenes is vastly different, right? They're painting an image, and it's a facade, right? And so I did not know how much this man's mind was just messed up behind Diana Ross. Lulu says, can't get enough of celebrities' content. please smash the like button. Y'all, please don't forget to go follow Lulu's World 93. That's our moderator here. I've been telling her to drop in her coffee chat so I can buy her coffee or we can treat her. That's my co-host. And the lounge. That's somebody who's been helping me, mentoring me. So awesome. The lounge. And Jamil Peterson at I Am Mr. Comedy. And don't forget, they got the Pure Survival merch. I was pushing that today, girl, when I was in the chat. Yes, please get the thumbs up. They got the, lounge, just so you know, FYI, I just got to notice that my shirt came. You guys, I got my Pure Survival merch. I got my t-shirt, and I will be wearing it on my next live as soon as I get it. I think it's in the mailbox. I got to go get it. But yeah, so go follow them and go get your merch. And let me see, what are you guys saying? Yeah, no, it's not a problem at all. Yeah, please, you guys, get those thumbs up. And you know what? This is I was just like, I didn't feel like a lot of people would be interested in the old stories, but I love hearing the old scandals and stuff. You guys, earlier today, I was just kind of, because, academics, everybody's been talking about academics and this grooming. And y'all, I stumbled upon, let me see if I can pull it up. Y'all probably said, this girl crazy, but I'm going to play one last thing before I get off of here, see what you guys said. Let me see. Let me. Like, I don't know how to do this. I guess I have to put it on myself. Hold on. Let me put it on myself. Okay. Y'all, I was up here. I was crying. I was like, oh my God. Let me know if you guys remember this. Hold on. The lounge. I have a couple more questions because I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this YouTube the way that you show me. But I have a couple questions. Okay, you guys, I'm going to play this and let me know if you guys remember this. You said I do too, Celebrity Scandalous. So I'm going to DM you tomorrow because I just have a couple little questions of things that I'm not getting right. But okay, you guys, let me know. I'm going to play, and it's a short, it's a movie. Oh, and you guys don't forget, I think tomorrow is going to be the Diddy, the Diddy documentary. So I'm sure the lounge is going to be covering it. I'll be covering it too. And don't forget, tomorrow is going to be, I'll be back in court with, doing, the ASAP Rocky. The lounge is kind of, I like this way versus the StreamYard. And she says it's better to go live this way, but I'm having a hard time. Oh yes, on ID. Okay, you guys, look at this. Tell me if you guys remember this movie. Okay.
I don't have any little colored girl in my class, but they said 3B. This is 3B, isn't it? Why, there's Sarah Jane. There's my baby. You mean Sarah Jane Johnson?
Do y'all remember this?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Mrs. Johnson.
Yes.
Sarah Jane?
You know what? Okay, I'm a reason for that. You know what? The lounge was telling me it is, but the thing about it, I haven't seen. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I continue to do it, because the StreamYard, I think it's the vertical versus just the YouTube part. But I don't know. I'm just trying it out, you guys. I don't know. But I still got to get used to it. Okay, you guys. Here's the thing.
Baby, I brought you this.
Hey, AT2, welcome to the chat, you guys. This is one of my first mentors with StreamYard, AT2. You guys go follow him. Yeah, AT2, this is Imitation of Life. You know that old movie? I saw it earlier today. I just happened to see it, and when every time I watch this movie, I cry. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Here we go.
It's 3B, isn't it? Why, there's Sarah Jane. There's my baby. You mean Sarah Jane Johnson? Yes, ma'am. I'm Mrs. Johnson. Sarah Jane, baby, I brought you this. Sarah Jane, we didn't know. Sarah Jane, wait. Sarah Jane, baby, wait.
Yes, AT2, right. That's so sad. Yes, that is so sad.
Sarah Jane, wait. Wait. Now, let me do it. Now, put your coat on. What do you want to do, catch pneumonia?
I hope I do. I hope I die.
Honey, nothing's hurt. You shouldn't have let them
They
think.
didn't ask me. Why should I tell them?
Because that's what you are, and it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Why do you have to be my mother? Why?
Yo, that's heartbreaking. Can you imagine your child like running from you and embarrassed to be like, oh my God, that would just be devastating. Oh no. Lounge, have you seen this movie? Do you know this? Girl, it's called The Imitation of Life. It's one of those old school movies.
Young folks. Bus
It's a classic.
boys, cooks, chauffeurs. Like
And this is just like a clipped up version. The movie is probably an hour, almost 2 hours, but it's just like 6 minutes.
Hawkins. No, thank you. I've seen your nice young folks.
I don't want to fight with you, honey. Not tonight.
Mother a nigger.
Yes, Chris, that's the part that just yanks my soul.
Tell me. Tell me!
What difference does it make? You love me.
All the kids talking behind my back. Is it true?
No.
Are you black?
No, I'm as white as you.
You're lying!
I'm not.
You're lying!
I'm not. I'm not. Found out I'm not white. Because you keep telling the world I'm your daughter. Anything you can spoil, you spoil.
Stop that. Stop it. Don't you talk to your mother like that. I told you, lies don't help none. This always happens when you lie.
It wouldn't if you weren't always around.
Sarah Jane Johnson, you put your clothes on and get out of this place.
Say, honey, who is this character?
I don't know. Never seen her before in my life.
Now quit lying. You tell me you had a respectable job in the library.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, she must be crazy. Tell her my name's Judy Brands.
Honey, nobody's all right about anything. Nobody's all wrong. Now, if you don't want to be a teacher, all right. We'll talk about what you want to be. Honey, Miss Laura gets home from Italy in the morning, I'm sure. Sarah Jane? Sarah Jane? Oh, not to bother you.
Well, you won't. Not ever again. Spoil things for me here, and I'll just go somewhere else, and I'll keep on going until you're so tired.
Baby, I am tired. I'm as tired as I ever want to be. You mind if I sit down?
Yes, I do. Somebody's coming. That's why the door is unlocked.
Oh, this is just okay. So I've already cried about it this earlier this morning, so I could probably get through it tonight without crying. I hope.
I'll only stay a minute. I just want to look at you. That's why I came. Are you happy here, honey? Are you finding what you really want?
I'm somebody else. I'm white. White. White! Does that answer you?
I guess so.
Then please, Mama, will you go? And never do this again. And if by accident you should ever pass on the street, please don't recognize me.
I won't, Sarah Jane. I promise. I settled all that in my mind. There's just one thing I wish from you.
What?
If you're ever in trouble, if you ever need anything at all, if you ever want to come home and you shouldn't be able to get in touch with me, will you let Miss Laura know?
Yes. Yes, anything. Now, will you go?
That wasn't all I want.
Chris, I think I saw the other one was the original version, right? Isn't this the second one? But I like this one better than the other one anyway. But I do remember seeing the other one, the first one.
But honey, it was only a part of it.
What's the rest?
I'd like to hold you in my arms once more, like you were still my baby.
All right, Mama. All right.
Sarah Jane. Oh,
my baby. My beautiful, beautiful baby. I love you so much. Nothing you ever do can stop that. Oh, Mama. 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 Just tight, Miss Laura.
I know, Lulu. Like, how could you? I understand back in those days being black, like, oof. Even now, shit. But I mean, it's your mother, though. It's your mother. Yes, please, you guys, smash the like button. Please get the likes up. So, The Lounge, you've never seen this movie before. What do you think is so far? And ask Jamil, has he seen it?
No! Weeping and wailing. I'm going home to live
And that's Mahalia Jackson, right, you guys?
with my Lord. It's my mother. Stand back. I'm telling you, it's my mother.
Please.
Mama.
Isn't life just like that? Like you deny somebody or, you don't give them the love or show them, just what you should when they're here, give them their flowers when they're here. And then once they're gone, you can't take it back. I think that's what just snatches my heart.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Mama, do you hear me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mama. Mama, I did love you.
Too late now.
Sarah Jane, don't. Miss Laura. Miss Laura, I killed my mother. I killed her.
You did.
I wanted to go home. No, Mama, I wanted it. Come with us.
Yeah, you guys. Okay, so that's the so you says no, I haven't, but yes, she's cold-hearted. Yes. Lulu says I saw the movie a few times and yeah, it always makes you tear up. When I saw, like, I couldn't see this early in the morning before my day gets started. I don't know what I was doing, but it came on, and when I tell you, I just really started bawling. I had to gather myself. But every time I see it, it makes me cry. But I said, this is a good Lounge. You know how Jamil be crying? If I needed to do crying on demand, all I got to do is play this movie and I would be able to cry. The Lounge says, Lulu, yeah, we had a good time today over in the Lounge's chat too, talking about Chris Brown. Lulu says, join the movement, be a part of the family, hit that like and subscribe. Yes, y'all, please join the movement. I'm trying to get more consistent. But y'all, let me tell you a little secret. YouTube is hard. Maybe some people are just natural. Maybe I've just been so doing, my regular work, just my job that, that because I don't have to think about it. But baby, when you talk about this, having to plan and find material and all that, I'm like, well, damn, cyber is easier than this. I don't know. Or maybe I'm one of those people, maybe I'm just like a bot that it's just easier for somebody to tell me when to clock in and clock out. I don't know. Yes, Chris, it is very, very hard, okay? Consistency, especially when you work for a full-time job on top of it. Oh, girl, yeah. I mean, I've been off. I've been on leave, so I'm utilizing this because I want to try to do it full time. But I'm like, well, but damn, I don't know. My job is probably maybe a little easier, but the stress. I think just dealing with corporate is. I don't know. I'm finding that you just really got to figure out what you want to do. Lulu says, I'm sorry, the Lounge says, keep pushing, you will get the views. It's going to come and light up your world. I know, but Lounge, I'm not saying that I thought it was easy, trust me, but it's different because I'm so used to doing those. I do the edits, the pre-recorded, and I've been doing those for a minute, and so it's just like I feel like a fish out of water with this. Um, Oh, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. I appreciate the support. I'm not trying to get on here and be all whiny. I'm not trying to do that at all. It's just switching from, if you've been doing, because Chris, even like you said, how you don't want to show your face and stuff. Well, you got to think for the few years previously, I was pretty much just only doing pre-records where I didn't show my face. So all of this is kind of new to me. That's just not my personality and my demeanor to be live and to have, so it's just learning doing something different. That's all. Keep doing the lives and watch you will take off. Thank you. I appreciate that, the lounge. Yeah, I have to. I just got to be consistent. And you know what? I want to fall back and I'll be wanting to do those, do my, I be wanting to do the AI videos, because the AI, y'all, when I tell you the AI makes it so much cleaner, so much easier. Edits, it only takes, like, if you're doing a video, you only, like, stuff that used to take me 3 or 4 hours, it might take just an hour and a half. Yeah, I know. Chris was saying she can't show her face. Not, and listen, I was the same way for, I think, the first couple of years. I didn't either. I was so scared, y'all. I was like, oh my God, somebody's going to find out. I didn't tell nobody at work I was doing it. But at this point, I don't care no more. And then I also did, yes, do you, me, AI's video. Yeah, AI makes it a lot easier, and I think a lot of people are transitioning. Oh, you know what? In the lounge, I've seen your TikTok too. I like your TikTok videos. Lulu's been doing her. Well, for those of you guys, go please check out her videos. She does the motivational videos, and I try to, follow those or like them every day. But oh wait. Chris is saying, have you heard of the Hatch Act? All companies have been incorporated now, not just. No, I don't know what the Hatch, what that is, Chris. The only thing I heard of. Hey, Wanda Richmond, thank you for joining. Oh, you said really, really enjoyed the great conversation on Michael Jackson. Oh, thank you. I didn't think nobody was really that interested because it's kind of an old topic, but I like some of the old scandals. That's why that happened in the past, but maybe as my channel grows, people will get into the old scandals and stuff. Y'all, I found something. Chris says maybe one day I can be full time here and do or girl, I know, trust me. Yeah, y'all, I found some stuff about Prince. I think I shared it with the lounge too. Y'all, Prince, I did not know this little guy, this little tiger, he was something else. I just found out. Thank you, Missy, ma'am. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Girl, y'all know Prince was taking his heels and kicking off in people's ASS, and I'm not laughing because it's not funny, but I did not know Prince was doing stuff like that. Did you guys know that? I just saw a video. Where this lady does, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't get a lot of people watching it, but I think it's just some really good data. I did not know. Well, once Prince passed, then I knew that he had the whole fentanyl. Lulu was saying, huh? Chris says, girl, Prince was a. I did not know. I quit following Prince a long time ago because I felt like he was a bit of a colorist. I remember his whole thing with Apollonia and Vanity 6. And then I think, and I wasn't really tripping so much, about that. But then I read something where he was kind of like trying to get away from his blackness or something. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no. The lounge says, yes, when you told me about him, yes, I had never heard all of these things. And y'all, did you guys know, here's another thing, Morris Day and a lot of them yes, he did some foul stuff to Morris Day. And he was punishing his van, like taking their money. Apparently, and you know what? I don't even really want to talk bad about Prince like that because, you don't want to besmirch somebody's legacy. But this is stuff that's coming out They said that he would take their money. He wasn't paying his band. He was getting all the royalties and getting all the money, and they were suffering. They had families to feed. But did you guys know that his wife, it's Mayati, the one that he married, that woman, he first saw her when she was like 16 and she was belly dancing. And they said that they allegedly didn't start dating until she was like 19 or whatever. But it reminds me exactly, girl. She was a minor. The whole thing like Kendrick Lamar says about Drake, right? Yes, I mean, I feel like we getting into Jay-Z and Beyonce up in here. They always talk about, we met when she was 15, but we didn't do anything until she became of age. That's a lie. I mean, I'm not literally saying it's a lie because I'm speculating, but I don't believe that, Yes, allegedly, like these guys are something else. That girl was a girl, okay? You looking at her at 16 and then you guys start dating? Yes. Not another groomer. Lulu, another one, okay? But he did marry her. But hey, if y'all want to keep it real, what about Kobe? Kobe was at least 21 when he allegedly started dating Vanessa. Chris says, but Prince got saved and allegedly rededicated himself to the Lord before passing. I know they said Vanity, I forget, Denise, what's her name? Denise Mitchell or Nichols. I forget her last name. But they said she did too. Vanity 6, y'all remember the lead singer of Vanity? She said that they was reckless, dang near occult worshipers. The lounge said they are a piece of work. Denise Matthews, yes, thank you, Vanity, yes. And y'all, didn't they die within? It was weird now because I know Prince apparently. Now that's a whole nother story. Maybe we should look at that one too. That whole relationship, because that was weird. Because didn't they die within years or something around each other, or around like the same month? It was some weird stuff with that relationship too and how they died. Okay, Chris has said something, but it went off the screen, so I didn't get to see it. It was something about blackmail. I don't know. Maybe let me see if I can get it back up. I don't remember the thing, but you guys know that whole thing about Kobe Brown. There's a documentary that's on about him right now, and they go over, the situation with the alleged abuse. The essay. Okay. You says Kobe was blackmailed too. What? I never heard that. She became and lost her kidney. Yeah, I remember something about that as well. So I feel like this whole thing with Kobe, I wasn't a huge Kobe Bryant fan. I wasn't. But it's like, if y'all gonna talk about his legacy, do y'all always gotta bring up, the stuff about the woman that he allegedly had the assault against? And here's another thing about that. I remember when that happened. I do remember when it happened, but I did not realize, because I probably wasn't paying attention. Chris, I do remember something like that. Yeah. I do remember that. I did hear that. Yeah, that's crazy. I do remember hearing that. Yes, you guys, please hit the like button. Please get the likes up. But you guys, there's another thing. So when this documentary comes out about Kobe Bryant, if you guys get to watch it, because it's currently out, he does confirm a lot of what the woman said. So that's the crazy thing about it. So I don't know if the charges were even, or I believe she dropped the charges, so it never went anywhere. And then he came and did an apology. A lot of people are saying that he probably paid her off, maybe he did. But, I did not know that he confirmed or corroborated a lot of what she said. But he was saying that it wasn't forced. And apparently in the first interview that they had of him, when he first did his interview, because I think they even, in this documentary, they may even show that interrogation. He says, the only thing I don't want is for my wife to find out. Okay, so it sounds like he may have incriminated himself, because he was probably it sounds like he was more afraid of, his wife finding out, then whatever charges he was gonna face. So I don't know if he really understood what what he was facing at that time. It says apparently that's why Kobe's parents didn't. Oh, okay. Plus he was with a black woman when he was messing with Vanessa. Oh, I didn't know that either. See, it's a lot I didn't know about Kobe Bryant. I wasn't a big fan of his. Yeah, just not a big fan. But and listen, I know a lot of people like Vanessa, but she has a bad rap too. Just her relationship with his family, how she did her own mother. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago after Kobe died, her mother wanted some money and she was like saying she wasn't gonna give it to her and making her move and stuff. Like, come on, I don't want to that's my mother. If your husband had millions, you came from no money. How could you do that to your mother? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was some weird relationship in their family or something like that. I don't know. But girl, that was just crazy. Vanessa was a mess. And I understand she lost, her daughter. That's heavy. That's sad. But she doesn't seem to have a really good reputation. Another thing that I heard about Vanessa is that she's not very well liked by the other wives on the team. You guys, I was thinking about starting to do the WAGs reality show. I wanted to do that. Tia Kemp, she had went off on, I forget which one of the WAGs she went off on. But I have wanted to start watching it. I think it just started. I forget the name of it. I used to watch WAGs a few years ago. So I think I might start to do. I've been trying to do reality. I had said I was going to do Love After Lockup. But it's like I used to do Love and Marriage Huntsville. And, I sometimes people get a little crazy. So I had stopped that. But Tia Kemp is Rick Ross's ex-baby mama. And she be getting into it with everybody. And she has a mouth on her. WAGs is women and professional athletes. Let me see. Let me see if I could get. Let me see if I can. You probably know Tia Kemp. Let me see WAGs. See if I could pull it up here. WAGs to Riches. Is that what it is? Okay. That's Sherelle. That's the one who was dating Ocho Cinco. Now I don't know if they're back together. I don't know. But remember they broke up allegedly. She now this is all allegations, y'all, because it was all on the neighborhood talk. Allegedly, she walked in and saw him in bed. He had a woman in their bed in their home or something, and she broke up with them. And so this woman was some woman was in the comments saying, "Oh, since y'all not a couple, because she said quit tagging me and stuff about Ocho. We're not together anymore." And this woman jumped in the comments, honey, because you know how these 304s are, child. She said, "Oh, good, then I could go reach out to him, or great, then I could, maybe I could get with him." And then, honey, Sherelle said, "Well, if you do, good luck. Hope you don't catch an STD." Now I said, "What the heck?" So, okay, so the way I take it, if you with this man and you putting yourself in jeopardy, telling the next woman you hope she don't catch an STD, what is that all about? You know what I'm saying? So now y'all know that Ocho Cinco, he comes on the show with he has a show with Shay, Shay, what's his name? Y'all know his name. The one who had the Cat Williams interview. Him and Ocho Cinco and y'all know Shay, what's his name? She said she got an STD. Yes, yeah, she not one but multiples, okay? Who did the interview with Cat Williams? I know. I don't understand that. Ocho Cinco, he's the football player. Yeah, Shannon Sharp, right? Okay. So Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco have their show that they do with some kind of a sports show. And so so they were on the show. Y'all, I done lost my train of thought as to how I was circling back with Shannon Sharp. But anyway, Ocho Cinco does a show with him, And Shannon Sharp is allegedly putting her on to something or doing something, but they were supposed to be engaged. And I heard the engagement, or not like I heard, but I read that the engagement was off. So I don't know what's going on. But this show is supposed to be. I used to watch Wags like years ago. They like the older season of Wags, but these women are something else. Okay, let me go back. Have a baby by him. But I don't know if they're gonna get married because remember they've been engaged for a couple of years. Ocho Cinco, Ted, what's that other one? Terrell Owens. My daughter went to school with Terrell Owens. The Catholic school she goes to, they had, like some of these, where we live is like some of the NBA players and stuff, right? Not too far. So listen, y'all, these men like Ocho Cinco, Terrell Owens, they don't have the money. I mean, I don't know if they have it and they just not giving it to it, but it's not what you think. Now, Ocho, and remember Ocho Cinco, he got fired or out of football after he did what he did to y'all know why can't I think of people's names? I guess because it's getting late. The one, he was messing with the basketball wives, Evelyn. So after all of that stuff happened with Evelyn, he lost his career and stuff, so he ain't doing nothing. Terrell Owens, I think he's retired or whatever. He ain't doing that. He got 50 billion babies too. And so these men don't have that kind of money. Now, Sherelle was just on, she was just complaining because she was mad because Ocho Cinco, he's very cheap, which is not a problem. Hey, I mean, he should be, save your money. But Ocho Cinco says that he don't be buying expensive jewelry. He buys fake jewelry because he wants to save his money, because I think the NFL players go broke faster than the NBA players, right? So he tries to conserve his money because he knows this money got to carry him for the rest of his life. And I don't know if this man may be in his mid 40s or something. So he got a long rest of his life to go, right? And so apparently they were going someplace. Like, these women, they act like they got all this money and these men are taking care of them. But then, so she came out and said, oh, you know what? He's cheap anyway. He had her on a Spirit flight, child. I don't have a problem with it. I don't necessarily fly Spirit. I think I have once or twice, but I wouldn't have a problem with it. But let me tell you, all of a sudden, when he gets busted cheating, now he got you on Spirit flights. Now the truth comes out. And the lounge, remember Jamil was talking about, somebody said, I forget who he was talking about, but he was saying when these couples break up, that's when the women start telling the truth. Girl, he was bald. He had fake teeth. He had one leg. He had clip-on kneecaps. He drove his mama car. Was living out of his van. Then all the truth comes out. Y'all, I just went on a rant, but okay, let me go back. Y'all, another thing I'm gonna say about this is Chris says, thanks for the laugh. I was being serious, girl. I maybe it was funny, but I'm telling the truth. Listen, y'all, these women know what they signed up for. How many of these ball players, with the amount of women, and they got to be in different cities all the time, do these women really think these men are faithful? And if you are getting STDs, she should remember that's the whole reason him and Evelyn broke up. Because remember, y'all, he headbutted her, right? So what are you thinking? You think that he gonna treat you any different? These women are delusional. I mean, I want a man with some money too, but I'm not jeopardizing my health. You know what I'm saying? A STD, oh my God. Oh, that's another problem, Chris. You right about that. Because now we be hearing they be dibble-dabbling, but look at Diddy. I had never heard that Diddy was dibbling on the other side. I mean, who is exhausting, child? It's okay, you guys. So there go Ocho right there. They're looking, well, I like African men anyway, but yeah, he looked like an African right there. Yeah, they color shirt, girl. They are all light skinned. Yes, they are. Okay, you guys, my phone is like, get your ASS up out of here. You've got 2 minutes of battery left, or 2%. So y'all.
So season 2 of Toya Originate is.
So I'm gonna I think I will cover that when I like it. But y'all, thanks for joining, everybody. Again, don't forget Lulu's World 93, the lounge. Lulu, can you drop the lounges? The lounge. I need to learn how to drop the links. So I'll just reach out to you tomorrow, you guys, because my phone is gonna die. But yeah, and don't forget to go follow the lounge. Chris Nicole. And yes, thank you guys for coming, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.